I've got 6 ideas planned of action. So you may tell me I have an income, I have certain expenses, but I'm left with savings. What do I do with my savings? The first thing is there are these three investment categories you can have. The first is emergency fund. When it comes to an emergency fund, it's always advisable. You have 12 months of your expenses. You have 12 months of your expenses set aside for emergencies. Let's say you have a salary of around 60,000. Your expenses are 30,000 per month. It's advisable you have almost 3,60,000 in your emergency fund. Now, where do you invest your emergency fund? The best place to invest your emergency fund is in a liquid mutual fund. In a liquid mutual fund, or you can also invest in bank fixed deposits, but there is a problem of taxation. Even without withdrawing, you get taxed on your interest. If you are in the higher tax bracket, it's always advisable to have your emergency fund set aside in a liquid mutual fund. So always remember 12 months of your expenses are set aside for emergencies. Coming to the second thing, I hope you all are clear with when it comes to your emergency fund. When it comes to your retirement fund, when should you start investing for retirement? The best time to start investing for retirement is as soon as you start work. So if we have delayed, if we have not invested for retirement, let's say when as soon as we started work, then we have delayed. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you close your eyes, if you think from 0 to 30 years, that's the time wherein we learn, and our income is minimal during our early years of working. From 30 to 60 is a time of productive life. But once we retire, our life can be really too long. I hope you remember the example of Uncle Sam, wherein he had to go through a time wherein the value of his money was eroded. So in order to avoid that, we need to start saving for retirement as early as possible. So how much should we save for retirement? Only 10% of your income. So if your income is 60,000, it's advisable you start saving 6,000 towards the retirement fund. And where should you invest your retirement fund? You can invest in something called as equity mutual fund. You can invest in these equity mutual funds. You have something called as index funds. So here you are being a owner in these investments. So over the long term, equity has a potential to beat inflation. So over a period of, let's say, 20, 30 years, you would beat inflation and you would have generated wealth, which would be sufficient to take care of your time during retirement. And the third investment is your general investment fund. When it comes to a general investment fund, this fund is for emergencies. This fund is for retirement, and general investment fund is for all your expenses other than your emergencies and retirement. So anything, let's say purchase of a car, if you want to down payment on a house, or children's educations, children's marriages, or vehicle purchase, all these things can come under general investment fund. If you have any requirements that are going to come in the next 2 to 3 years, then it's advisable to invest in something called as debt or liquid funds, because liquid funds are safe and do not have a link to the stock market. But if you do not have requirements, let's say for 5 years, then it is advisable to invest in, have a mix of both debt and equity, 50% in debt, 50% in equity. Or you can also do this allocation, 50% in debt or 40% in debt, 40% in equity, domestic equity, 10% in international equity. You have, sitting in India, you have mutual funds that invest in the US stock market, and also 10% probably you can go invest towards gold. And once in a year, or if there are drastic changes in the market, what you can do is you can rebalance it. So when you are rebalancing, you are taking money from an asset class that has done well and you are investing in an asset class that is not doing so well. So over a period of time, that is the best way to go about investing and rebalancing your investment. So always you can come back to the original allocation of 40, 40, 10 and 10. So when it comes to your emergency fund, invest in debt instruments because it is safe and liquid. For your retirement fund, invest in equity because it helps you to make money in the long run. And when it comes to your general investment fund, have an allocation between debt, equity, international equity, and gold. So you are diversified across asset classes. So done with three ideas. The fourth important idea is you have financial dependence. So if you are a father and if your wife and your kids are dependent on you, then you need life insurance. If you do not have financial dependence, if you are a bachelor and you have no financial dependence, then you do not need life insurance. Let's say you have financial dependence. Financial dependence is someone who is depending on your income. Let's say you have financial dependence, and what is the cover you need to take? Good thumb rule is, let's say your income is 5 lakhs per year into 15. So it's always good to have a life insurance cover of rupees 75 lakhs. And what is the type of policy that you should invest in? You should invest in, sorry, not invest. What is the type of policy should you go for? You should go for only one type of policy, that is called as term life cover. Nobody really sells these policies because there is no real incentives to the person who sells, but you have to look out for it. For a 30-year-old, a cover of 75 lakhs may cost around 10,000 rupees per year. If something happens, the family will get 75 lakhs. If nothing happens, he wouldn't get this 10,000 back, and this is 10,000 per year. Second is health insurance. In spite of your company covering you for health, have your own health insurance cover. No matter what, have your own cover. Maybe you can start off with a policy of around 5 lakhs sum insured or 10 lakhs. And whenever you go for insurance, always take quotations. Because there is one company that can offer you a higher premium and another company for a lower premium, but the features can be one and the same. So it's always important you take quotations. And when it comes to your savings ratio is nothing but your savings divided by income. It's always advisable if your savings ratio is 40%. If it's less than 40%, then it is important that you gradually get yourself to start saving 40% a month, because in times like COVID, we realize the importance of having savings. So it's very important to start saving at least 40% of income every month. I have a caution to tell you. How much ever I tell investors, people keep forgetting this. So there is a very good way to go about. There are three things in life which you shouldn't mix: drinking and driving, because the consequences can be bad. So you should never mix drinking and driving. The second thing that you should not mix is tomato ketchup and ice cream. You know the consequence of it if in case we mix. And the third most important thing that you shouldn't mix is investment plus insurance. Most of the products which are sold are a combination of investment and insurance. And if you go for these products, the insurance cover can be very small. It can be inadequate. The insurance cover can be inadequate, whereas the investment at the let's say after 15 or 20 years also will be like peanuts. The reason is because it is very high on cost. It is poor when it comes to liquidity, and when it comes to flexibility, it is not that great. So always remember, keep your investments and insurance separate. For risk cover, take insurance. To generate wealth, invest. So we have covered the asset classes. There are 4 asset classes: debt, equity, real estate, and gold. When it comes to 6 ideas of investments, we have discussed emergency fund, retirement fund, general investment fund, life insurance, health insurance, and you have your savings ratio. So I've